Hello everyone, this is In-Game Arts with another boxing and a breakdown of the demo. This is Alien Isolation for the PlayStation 4. Now during the unboxing part of the video, I was unboxing the Nostromo edition, which is equivalent is the same as the Day 1 edition of other games. It only just comes with the Expendable Crew DLC, which is on a redeem code. You can try redeeming it, but it's long past expired. There was a good significant size update. It was around 660 megabytes big and will take you to version 1.04 since the making of this video. This update will give you a lot of bug fixes and improvements to the game, as well as it will add the difficulty of Ultimate Novice as well as Nightmare difficulty, which is, a layman's term, is just super easy mode and super hard mode. Now, I did play the entire game without this update. I did experience some significant bugs as well as game-breaking ones, but I was able to complete the game, to beginning to end. Now, on the game story-wise, the game takes place in between Alien movie and Aliens. You take control of Amanda Ripley, which is Ellen Ripley's daughter. And your quest to find your mother, you're taken to Sevastopol, which happens to have the flight recorder of the Nostromo. Well, events take place and a xenomorph outbreak happens again, and you gotta try to survive and escape. And that's pretty much slums up the story for you. What's amazing is that they did an amazing recreation of the original Alien and Aliens movie. More of the first one than the second one, Aliens. But what they did was just spot on. You can tell there was a lot of love, passion, and just a nostalgic dumped into this game. The environment, the music, the sound, everything. Even the xenomorph himself is just very passionately sculpted to a teat. And it blows me away every single time I've played this game. Now, I have played it twice on hard mode, and I even updated the game to play the game on nightmare mode just because I love the game so much. And every time I come back to it, I'm still always on edge. I'm always stressed out, scared, and always worried that the next second I'm going to poke my head out, the xenomorph, the alien, is going to get me. That is amazing. It's why I consider it one of my most favorite, if not my all-time favorite, survival horror game ever. Now, what makes it so good is that the alien is a constantly adapting, aggressive, and just very smart enemy. It constantly adapts itself to your play style, and as you progress, it becomes more aggressive and just more determined to get you. There's also Working Joe enemies, which is like these synthetic enemies that will just patrol around. Some are nice, some are evil. It's your typical Robo Uprising. I actually particularly liked them. Some people really complained about that they took the focus too much away from the alien. I actually didn't mind them. I thought they were a nice blend with them and the alien. I was scared of both of them, and they were both very aggressive, and I loved them both. And I just love the segment between the alien is more of a stealth, try to survive moment, and the androids were more of your action-pack, just kill them all, get them out of the way moment. I thought they did that very well. Now, my only gripe with the enemies is that there's human enemies, and I don't really care for this segment. I really don't care for these human enemies. I felt that it just was unnecessary. I don't mind if they probably had one or two crazy people who are just out for themselves, but to see bands of people working together trying to take out one person, it just seems silly to me and over the overall scheme of the game. I just wish it was the alien and the Working Joes that was your foes. Even if that is bland of just two enemies, they're very well done enemies. Now, there is crafting as well in the game. You can craft many items from pipe bombs, EMPs, and so forth, which will help you on your venture. And the alien will adapt to your play style. So if you're constantly throwing like noisemakers and Molotovs at him, he will adapt to your play style. And that's just amazing in my opinion. The game is amazing. I simply love this game. I wanted to do an unboxing video long before now, but I was really hoping for a Game of the Year edition, which sadly never came, obviously. And sadly, it would seem that we were not going to be getting a sequel anytime soon to it. It disappoints me, and it's sad that this game here, just the vanilla copy here, is a little broken. I had the game lock up on me. I've had also game-breaking bug where I could not progress. I had audio cutting out, audio being really low and so forth. Many item try to pick up, so it's a little clunky and so forth. There's a lot of bugs. There's a lot of problems in the game, but I did beat the game entirely. The game obviously needed more time of playtest and polishing before it was released, but as I said, you can complete the game. Just try to bear in mind not to move too quickly. But on that note, I wanted to point out that I did come across something quite interesting. When I played the original hard mode, I didn't think about it until I played nightmare mode, but there are some segments that has been changed if you don't update your game. It's only small segments, but there's a point in the game where you have to lose your weapons, and you've come to find them again, and that where you find them is kind of weird, but if you don't update your game and play it just straight base vanilla, it's actually a little different how you find your weapons, and you could even bypass them entirely. I think they changed it because many people were overlooking their weapons, so I thought that was interesting. Also, I'm going to play a little clip actually right here and there for you. There's a segment where you go across a shuttle onto another ship, and many people have complained that they were trying to figure out why there was a face hugger. Well, the game actually tells you how that face hugger somewhat got onto that ship. But if you update your game, they actually delete that segment. I'll even play it right here, right now for you, and you can check it out.
Ricardo, can you hear me?
I'm afraid we're moving out of range. Not sure how much longer the link's gonna last.
Ricardo, if you can hear me, I think something's stowed away with me on the ambulance. A parasite. Ricardo? Damn.
Pretty crazy, right? That point where she says about that is not actually in the game when you update it. I thought that was really interesting, so I wanted to include that part in the game, in my video, just in case down the road we do get a Game of the Year or something like that. That segment would be gone then entirely. So I wanted to make sure there's some video evidence, if you will. Just keep that in mind. There's some minor differences between if you don't update your game and if you do. I love this game. I just wanted to say this right here and now. It's just a game I highly recommend to anyone and everyone. I can always come back to it and just love it entirely, and I'm glad that this is such a well-made game that it's one of the best, movie tie-in games. There were so many times that I was on edge. Man, it's both nostalgic, but just also just amazing experience to play. And I even remember that I almost didn't buy the game. I almost hesitated from it because back then the Colonial Marines game came out and it was horrible. And I almost didn't buy this because it came out a few months later after Colonial Marines, and I was hesitant. But I saw it at Walmart and I was like, I went with my gut on that one. I was like, you know what, this actually looks interesting. And boy, it's still the same copy I bought and it's never going anywhere. In my personal opinion, I highly recommend the game. It's a very good game and should be in your collection. Hopefully, maybe down the road, we'll get a sequel or some inspirational idea from the same developers or something down the road along line with it. Or at the very least, a Game of the Year edition of the game. So, thank you all for watching. I will definitely leave links down in the description if you're interested in a copy. And I'll see you guys in my next unboxing video. Bye-bye!
I don't know if you can hear me, but I made it across. It's really bad here, Verlaine. I think there's something here.